Alright, folks, buckle up because Pedro Pascal is back. Again. I swear, this man is in everything. I mean, we just talked about him in our Eddington video, where I wrote a hook saying he's in more movies than Cristiano Ronaldo has goals. Which, let's be real, is a lot. And before that, we gushed over him in Materialists. If you haven't seen those videos, go check them out in the description because Pedro's takeover is real. Now, he's stretching his way into the MCU as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four First Steps. But is this Marvel's big comeback or just another swing and a miss? Let's dive into the behind the scenes, the cast, the stakes, and why Marvel's sweating bullets right now. Hit that subscribe button and let's get fantastic. The Fantastic Four drops in theaters on July 25th, 2025, and it's Marvel's latest attempt to revive their first family and maybe their whole cinematic universe. Set in a retro-futuristic 1960s alternate universe, this film follows Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm as they gain cosmic powers and face off against the planet-eating Galactus. Oh, and there's a baby involved. Yep, the stakes are personal this time. The final trailer shows Reed, played by our boy Pedro, looking grim as he admits he's not sure Earth is safe. Talk about pressure. This isn't your typical MCU flick. It's got a unique vibe, blending 60s nostalgia with high-stakes sci-fi. And with Marvel's recent track record, spoiler alert, we'll get to that, it's got a lot to prove. Let's break down the cast, crew, and what's going on behind the scenes.
Herald his beginning. I herald your end.
First up, the cast. Pedro Pascal leads as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, the stretchy genius. Despite some backlash, the usual, he's too old, he needs to shave stuff, Pedro's bringing his A-game. Pedro's vulnerability and charm are already winning over co-stars like Vanessa Kirby, who called him immensely vulnerable and a new model of masculinity. Big praise. Vanessa Kirby plays Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and she's bringing emotional depth to the role. Joseph Quinn, fresh off Stranger Things, is Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Eben Moss-Backrack from The Bear is Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, complete with a bearded look that's got fans buzzing. Oh, and Julia Garner as a female Silver Surfer? That's a bold choice. Ralph Ineson voices the massive Galactus, and Matthew Wood is Herby, the quirky robot. This cast is stacked. The chemistry between these actors is already popping. At a Mexico City meet and greet, they were all smiles, hyping up the film. Pedro even addressed the casting backlash, saying he's more aware of the fan disgruntlement than ever before. But with RDJ in his corner, he's ready to stretch, pun intended, into the role. Directing this cosmic romp is Matt Shakman, known for WandaVision. He's leaning hard into the retro-futuristic aesthetic, which sets this apart from the main MCU timeline. The film's set in an alternate 1960s universe, but the Thunderbolts post-credit scene, check out our video on that, link below, hints the Fantastic Four will cross into the main MCU for Avengers Doomsday. Shakman's got a knack for blending heart and spectacle, so expectations are high. Producing is Kevin Feige, Marvel's big boss, who's under serious pressure after some recent flops. The production itself was a big undertaking, filming wrapped recently, and Pedro's already jumped into Avengers Doomsday in London. Fun fact, Pedro had to dial back one aspect of his performance as Reed, though Marvel's keeping mum on what? My guess? Maybe he was too stretchy. What do you think it was? Drop your guesses in the comments. The VFX team is pulling out all the stops for Galactus and that wild Paris device from the trailer, probably how he plans to munch on Earth. The comics hint Silver Surfer might betray Galactus, so expect some twists. This film's also laying groundwork for Avengers Doomsday, where the Fantastic Four will face off against RDJ's Doctor Doom. Talk about a showdown.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Marvel's not exactly on a winning streak. I covered Thunderbolts in a recent video. Check it out, link in the description, and, well, it was a box office letdown. Projected to lose over $50 million, it got decent reviews, but couldn't spark the buzz Marvel needs. And then there's Ironheart, the new Disney Plus series. I broke that down too, and while it's got some cool moments, fans aren't loving it. Critics are mixed, and it's not pulling the numbers Marvel hoped for. Ouch. 2025's been rough. Captain America Brave, New World got slammed by critics and underperformed, and Thunderbolts didn't fare much better. Marvel's empire, built on the Avengers and Iron Man, shout out to RDJ, used to seem unstoppable.
But now?
The box office numbers are slipping, and fans are vocal about their disappointment. Is the MCU losing its magic? So, what's Marvel banking on to turn things around? 2 words, Dr. Doom. Robert Downey Jr.'s return as Victor Von Doom in Avengers Doomsday is the MCU's big gamble. RDJ's already deep in the role, writing backstory and designing costumes, according to co-director Joe Russo. The Fantastic Four, including Pedro, are confirmed for Doomsday, and the Thunderbolts post-credit scene sets up their jump to the main MCU timeline. If Fantastic Four First Steps flops, though, it could spell trouble for this crossover. Doom's one of the most complex villains in comics, brilliant, ruthless, and that iconic armor. RDJ's star power could be the reset Marvel needs, but the pressure's on. If Fantastic Four doesn't deliver, fans might lose faith before Doomsday even hits. And with Pedro and the gang carrying the torch, it's a lot of weight on their shoulders. The Fantastic Four First Steps isn't just another Marvel movie. It's a chance to redefine the MCU with a fresh vibe, a stellar cast, and a story that feels personal. Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards could be the heart of this new phase, and with Galactus looming, the stakes are cosmic. Plus that retro aesthetic?
Chef's kiss.
Marvel's hyping it hard. Check out their ex-posts, and fans are buzzing, even if some are still side-eyeing Pedro's casting. This film's success could set the tone for Avengers Doomsday and beyond. If it captures the magic of Marvel's early days, it might just remind us why we fell in love with the MCU. But if it stumbles, well, Marvel's got some soul-searching to do. Alright, that's the scoop on the Fantastic Four. First steps. Will Pedro Pascal stretch his way to MCU glory, or is Marvel's losing streak here to stay? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you hyped for this or skeptical? And don't miss our videos on Materialists, Eddington, Thunderbolts, and Ironheart. Links in the description. Smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more movie deep dives. Until next time, stay fantastic.